Anti-Putin militia claims to have overrun Russian border village.
Here's a summary of the article.
Fighting has broken out along the Russian border with Ukraine after self-described Russian partisan forces launched a cross-border raid and claimed to have overrun a border village for the first time in the war. The Freedom of Russia Legion, which describes itself as an anti-Kremlin militia seeking to liberate Russia from Vladimir Putin, claimed to have crossed the border and overrun the settlement of Kozinka, while sending units into the town of Grayvoron in Russia's Belgorod region. Both Russia and Ukrainian officials have confirmed fighting at the border, and social media video has shown armored vehicles appearing to overrun a Russian border post near Grayvoron. The governor of the Belgorod region confirmed an attack on Monday, writing that sabotage and reconnaissance group of the armed forces of Ukraine have entered the territory of the Grayvoron district. The armed forces of the Russian Federation, together with the border service, Rosgvardia and the FSB, are taking the necessary measures to eliminate the enemy. Ukraine has disavowed connection to the Russian partisan fighters, saying that they act independently and are not subject to military control. Yes, today the Russian Volunteer Corps and the Freedom of Russia Legion, which consist of citizens of the Russian Federation, have launched an operation to liberate these territories of the Belgorod region from the so-called Putin regime and push back the enemy in order to create a certain security zone to protect the Ukrainian civilian population. Andriy Yusov, a spokesperson for Ukraine's military intelligence, told Ukrainian media. Ukraine has denied any connection to past attacks on Russian territory, including strikes that have hit Russian airfields, energy infrastructure, and even the drone attack on the Kremlin earlier this month.
This post received a score of 41,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The people's referendum on Belgorod's independence from the oppressive Russian junta will take place next Sunday.
Already took place. 100% of eligible voters have voted and results were 100% in favor of independence. What's next?
Evidently, the people of Bryansk and Kursk republics are also growing tired of CSTO meddling and westward expansion. They clearly wish to join their Belgorodian neighbors as well.
What's the over-under on Chechnya tossing Kadyrov and getting in on this action? Also, I hope Yakutia breaks off too, because I'd love to visit Siberia without risk of Rosgvardia kidnapping Americans for prisoner swaps.
This is gold. Reverse Uno card played.
Aha ha ha. I completely missed this. This is definitely gold. They're repeating all the crap Putin said about protecting Russian nationals inside Ukraine. I love that they're able to make fools of the Kremlin while achieving their goals of eradicating their lands of the Russian terrorists.
While hilarious, it is also true. Russians can and do hit Ukrainian territory from Russia, so this buffer zone is truly helping people in Ukraine.
These areas in general are also used to bring military equipment and personnel into Ukraine. Anything that destabilizes the border areas will help. Guerrilla and behind enemy lines operations are essential, because they usually target logistics, and logistics is what wins wars.
This is the reason why the counteroffensive in Bakhmut has already been wildly successful. This will also likely serve as an extremely effective diversion. The border crossing they hit is further north than any land that Russia currently controls in Ukraine. It's also in the exact opposite direction of Zaporizhzhia, where a massive Ukrainian counter-attack is rumored to be starting soon.
This is a classic move in StarCraft. Entrench a side base and lead the enemy to it. They'll throw wave after wave of shit at it until they realize that's not your base at all. It was a fish barrel they kept restocking.
My ability to win in that game improved once I learned that.
Whether these Russian partisans succeed or not, the effects on morale will be widespread. It will hearten Ukrainians. It will put the incompetence of the Russian government in stark relief for the people of Russia. More importantly, it forces Russia to divert attention and resources to an area they must defend.
I think another important thing to consider is that it will show other Russians that they can stand up to Putin's regime. Planting that idea in people's heads could have serious effects down the line.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.